I'm now just going to talk you through some of the benefits that we have as BPCA. Okay. So obviously you've heard about a lot of the partners that we have, and Martin did talk to you about our strategy, and that members were involved in our strategy. And our mission as BPCA is to represent the industry, so the industry's voice, and that's at every level in society. And it's all around telling everybody how amazing BPCA members are and the fact that you should be using the BPCA member because we can assure you that they're professional and they're qualified, and we've done a lot of those due diligence checks for them. The other thing that is part of our strategy is to support, and that's to support our members as best we can, to make them as profitable as they can be, and to make them the best that they can be. And we do that from, by assisting all of our members to reach these high standards. And as I spoke about, when we represent, we also have to assure. So we have to assure that all of our members have that qualifications, and we go out to the end users and assure them that they're getting a safe pair of hands when they choose a BPCA member. And how do we do that exactly? So again, one of the benefits of being a member of BPCA is that you're part of this. We wouldn't be able to represent our members or the pest control industry at the levels that we do without our members. It's our membership that helps us be able to do all of these things. And I'm not going to go through all of them, but I'm just going to pull off a few key ones for you. For example, if we look at glue boards, so we all know how challenging that process has been with glue boards, but we have represented the pest control industry at all levels when it came to the glue boards bill coming into force. We represented in England, and as you saw, we managed to get the licensing provision put in, which we're working very closely with Natural England and DEFRA on. Unfortunately, we didn't manage to get that in Wales, but we did fight. And Scotland, we have been twice now. I have been to Scottish Parliament, and Ian's been involved trying to lead Scotland to at least have some sort of licensing in. We're still waiting for the outcome of that. So some really good political moves there that we made. One that might still be in your minds is COVID and how we got key worker status. And then things like, we got in touch with some auditors that were putting pressure on pest controllers, telling them that they needed a specific qualification to actually go out and do their job, and they didn't. So we wrote a letter to them. So lots of ways that we are fighting pest controllers' cause. And like Martin said, it's your association and your voice. And one of the benefits is that you can be involved. As Martin said, you can be involved in our committees, but there's a lot more than our committees. We've got being on our board. Anybody can be on our board if you're a member of BPCA. We have special interest groups, and that's where we bring like-minded people together to discuss, what they do in their role. We have ones on birds in particular. We have one on bees. We're looking at bringing one together on wildlife. And it's all about those interested people working together on standards, and letting us know if there's any challenges and if we need to be fighting their corner. We've then got things like working groups. So working groups normally come under committees, or they could come under the board, or even from a special interest group. And again, that's where we bring lots of smaller groups of people together. Normally when we're working on, codes of best practice or guidance documents, or some sort of position statement for our members to use. So lots of ways you can be involved. And like Martin said, that our current strategy was developed with members, with all of these people that are involved in these committees. Now, you've already heard about, lots of our partners today, but there is so much more to BPCA membership. Our benefits should make and save you money. We have lots of different ways that you can do that. Um, Even if you're looking at these webinars, for example, the promotional materials that we do, our events, our magazine, all of the documents and templates. Lots of our partners have spoken today about templates for health and safety, templates for your terms and conditions. But within BPCA, you've got lots of templates and access to those templates which help you do your job, report writing, trend analysis. Pesticide registers. We try and make sure that we have as many templates for our members as possible to help you on that professional journey. Um, they also mentioned not only have we got benefits with health and safety, but myself and Natalie are both NEBOSH qualified. So we are here to support you with anything to do with your health and safety. We have people qualified in HR that can give you HR support. And obviously, we've got all of our marketing and, like I said, our events. Okay, so some core benefits that are provided by BPCA, and I think one of the key ones is our support that we give to members. So we've got over 500 servicing members. You can imagine how many technicians that covers, and we have a technical team that supports that. So this is our technical team. So you've got myself, you've got Natalie, who I'm sure you've all seen before on these webinars, as with John. And then we've got Christian, who's out there doing our assessments. So we're there to support you either by email, by message, by phone call, or even coming out to site. This is one of the big benefits that we provide to our members. So we can help you with any of your pest control issues, or even just help liaising with your customer if you're having a few difficulties. And it's not just the technical team that do that. We have our marketing team that can support you in your marketing needs. We have finance, health and safety, and of course, we have our event specialists. So tap into that support. It's there for all members to use. Some of the other things that we have, obviously, find a pest controller. So, that's one of the big benefits that our members get. And one of the ones that our smaller members in particular find really, really useful when they first join the association. So that's where, people looking for a pest controller will type in and they'll get our members' names and addresses and where they are. We've already spoken about, our health and safety offering. Again, really good for small businesses, because if you take advantage, especially of that first initial assessment, they can really get you on the right track. I've already spoken about the templates and documents, but we've got things like uniforms. We've got the van stickers, like Martin said, having the logo on your van. And of course, one of the ones where you're always going to make sure that you do get some money saved is our money off ones. So you've heard about some of those today, but there's a few people that weren't here today, and I just want to talk very quickly about some of those. So one of those is our trade point offering. That gives you a 10% off. So that's 10% at B&Q. It's their trade point. It doesn't have to have a minimum spend. So normally, if you want to be part of trade point, you have to have a minimum spend before you actually start getting your discounts. There's no minimum spend. Now, that 10% off is on top of any other offers. So if there's already offers on, you will also get the 10%. And it's also family as well. Family, friends, it's for all of the employees in the company. It's not just for the main contact. So if you're not taking advantage of that one already, please do. It's a really good offer there. The other one that we've got is Dell. So we have an offer in place with Dell, and they can give you up to 20% off on your computer equipment. Now, again, that is not just for the main contact of the company. That's also for the staff and, their wives, family, etc. And then the last one that I'm going to go through, this one's only just coming into line, but this is our quick fit offering, and this is 4%. This focuses on tyres, servicing and MOTs. And again, this is for the member company. It's also for the employees, and it's also for family and friends. of the employees. So again, a really good offer that covers, everybody, not just the contacts. And, just before I move on to my last couple of slides, just to say that, the main part of BPCA is to assure the outside world that they are in a safe pair of hands. And to get that, obviously, all of our members have to be assessed, and that assessment process makes sure that we can assure people. So you must be trained, you must have CPD and insurances, and you must adhere to our codes of best practice and be regularly assessed. And that assessment does cover the EN 16636 standard for pest management. So that's the European standard for pest management. And like Martin said, BPCA is a selling tool. It's quality, which means that you can charge a better price. It means that you can find the clients that care, that you care. You can find the people that actually want to have a professional that's going to come in and prevent them from having pest issues, not just reactive. So if you're interested in any of the benefits that I've spoken about today, and I do have, for those of you that have received your big book of benefits, this nice little BPCA book here, you can pick these up at events or request one if you're a member, if you haven't already got one. It has all of the member benefit details in there, exactly what it is, how you can claim it. It's also on our website. As you can see, the link is there. I think Lauren might post it in the chat. You can get to all of the benefits there. And if you're sitting on this webinar and you're not a member, then the link, again, is on this slide, but it'll also be in the chat. Just click on there and have a look. We have lots of help and support for people becoming a member. So, just click on the link, have a look, get in contact with either myself or one of the team. And we can have a look at. Okay, so the telephone numbers there, and also the email address. So just membership@bpca.org.uk, or alternatively, if you want to contact me directly, then my details are on the BPCA website. So I'm now going to stop sharing. Okay, and if I could ask everybody to put your videos and your microphones on. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Okay, so we do have some questions, guys. So I'm going to go through the questions. So if you just bear with me. Okie dokie. Okay, so there's the first one is for me. So I'm not a BPCA member and I joined the affiliate area, but I can't watch past webinars. Is it asking for a log on? The affiliate isn't working. Thanks for that, Fran. Yeah, there are different restrictions on different levels of membership. Affiliate membership isn't full membership, so that's probably why you're having an issue there. But by all means, contact me directly or one of the team, and we'll be able to discuss that with you. So that's that question. Okay. Right. So I have one for you, Miles. So can Quest legal support help if I'm trying to get unpaid fees?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can call the legal advice line for preliminary advice. They will be able to give you guidance about how to start making a claim through small claims or recommended next steps prior to going to small claims court. It's always a difficult area. If you are struggling to recoup the monies owed, then there are options to you. And again, our partner at Talbot's Law will provide discounted rates for letters before action, etc. So we can support you through that process. But again, it is always very, very difficult. But it's one of the main reasons that the legal advice line is used. So in short, yeah, we can help.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Miles. And I hope that answered your question. Right. I have one for Eleanor. I'm already paying for Chaz. Can I get the same through this benefit included in my membership fee? Did you want to go into deemed to satisfy on that?
So yeah, you can indeed. So you can quite easily go through the assessment. Instead of going through CHAS, you could go through the assessment with CQMS, and then at that point you would be able to apply to CHAS via the deemed to satisfy route, which would be significantly cheaper for you. So should equally support. Depending on who you're registered with, if you need to be registered with CHAS, then obviously you can go through the deemed to satisfy. If your client is just saying you need to be with any SSIP member scheme, they might be just as happy just with CQMS. So that should save you even more money.
Brilliant. Thanks, Eleanor. And again, hopefully that's answered that question. Okay, I have one for, where are you, Jade? So I have one for
Hiya.
you, Jade. Hi.
Hello.
We only have 3 technicians and some office help. What telephone system should we be looking for?
Probably a small VoIP system. I'd probably need to understand if they've got like connectivity broadbands, and if they require handsets, and then what type of calls that they're going to be making. So I'd probably need to find out a bit more information. But there's a solution that we're partners with called Enfon, who are great for smaller businesses. The platform works really well, really customer facing. So yeah, if that particular member wants to reach out, I'll happily ask those questions and put a solution in front of them.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Jade. I have one for Hazel now. So Hazel, even if it's a small job, like a domestic job, do you have to have a contract in place?
I mean, nobody has to have a contract in place, but it's always a good idea. You do have to, if it's a domestic job, you do have to really tell the consumer about their consumer rights. That's one of the main things. And having those terms and conditions that are free to download, that it's got all that in there. So it's a really great starting point for domestic. As I say, there's no legal requirement to have a contract or terms and conditions in place. It's just mostly to protect your business, really.
Brilliant. Thank you, Hazel. And like I said, it's a member benefit, so you might as well have them, hadn't you? Definitely.
Absolutely, yeah. And take a look, if nothing else. Just have a quick look, because you can adapt them for yourselves as well.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Right. So a question for you, Martin. Are committees just for business owners, or do you think it would be worthwhile having some of my technicians on different committees?
Yeah, thank you for that question, Peter. So no, the committees aren't just for business owners. The committees that I've worked on, there's been a mixture of proactive and interested technicians as well as business owners. The only thing you will want to do, though, is obviously chat to your technicians first, because there is a small amount of time away from the business and on projects. So as always, you need some sort of management permission to attend those committees, but absolutely it's there for everybody that's interested. What I will say is have a look at the BPCA website, because there's a small piece about each committee on those websites, the type of work they do, and anytime contact the committee chairs or secretaries, and then you can ask to attend as an observer and see what we do and if it's your cup of tea. And you're on mute, Dee.
My first blip. Apologies, I'm now talking. We have one for WOW now. So Tracy, I think you answered it in the chat, but geographical coverage, do you guys cover the whole of the UK, including Northern Ireland, Scotland, Wales, etc.?
Yes, we do. And I think probably even just to clarify as well, our name changed to WOW No Hire circa around 18 months ago. But actually our trading name is Nationwide Hire Limited, and a lot of people might know us as that. And I'm pleased to say that we will be transitioning back to that name soon. So yeah, it's all good news. We do cover across the whole UK.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. And one for Neil. I think I saw a question in regards to, so if I wanted to get a loan just for some vans or just for some office equipment, does it have to be for big picture stuff, or can it be for, you know, small temporary stuff like that to get me through?
No, so we can definitely assist with both hard and soft asset financing. Hard would come up with be for the van, and if you want to do a fit out for an office, would be soft. I think I saw as well, you don't have to be VAT registered. You can be a normal limited company, and you can also be a standard sole trader. So yeah, we can do funding for all sorts of businesses, and we can do van financing as well.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Neil. Right, bear with me 1 second while I just flick through, because I can do a couple of these questions. So in regards to the questions about the rest of the world and South Africa, etc., we do have an observer category of membership. It doesn't cover all of these benefits, but it does allow you to be part of the association. So if you're not an observer or you want to be an observer, then please do get in contact with us. That will get you support from BPCA, but like I said, it won't cover these benefits, a lot of these benefits that we've been talking about today. Tony, thank you very much for your question. I'm not going to speak about money because we don't do that on these type of things. But by all means, come and have a chat with me offline about this. Yes, we can definitely show you, where your money goes and the benefits that you will get from the association. So by all means, it's a great question. Please come to me separately. For those of you asking about, will the recording be available? Yes, it will. So you'll be able to watch it back. And I have one final question for Hazel. Not Hazel, sorry. I have a question for Eleanor, CQMS. I have a contract that says I need safe contractor. Will CQMS certificate work, or do I need to pay for safe contractor too?
No, you will be able to use your CQMS certificate. I believe you will have a 20% reduction off your safe contractor fee, and you won't have to fill in the rest of the paperwork. So you're probably looking at a good couple of hours completing a safe contractor application, so that you'll be able to support by that, and then you'll be able to apply via the DCS route with safe contractor.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Eleanor. And that leaves me just to say thank you very much to all of you watching. Thank you very much to all of our partners here that have presented to you today. If you do have any questions or queries, please do come to me at any time, and we can discuss them. And look forward to seeing you on our next webinar. Thank you.